Hello everybody, my name is Dolphi. Welcome back to the third episode of Plants vs. Zombies. Today we'll be tackling the first half of the pool levels and some bonus content. Now, I'm not going to reveal what it is just yet, but if you've played Plants vs. Zombies, if you know a bit about the game, you probably already know what I'm going to be doing. So, for the pool levels, we're going to be bringing lily pad, sunflower, walnut, potato mine, snow pea repeater, and at the start of this level, you may remember, Dave says you can't use your mushrooms because it's nighttime, but you still can bring them, and I want to show that Puffshroom in particular can be actually quite useful as a staller, so we're going to go with this setup for the very first level of Pool. Of course, new world comes with a new song, and now, Pool has a few mechanics. First off, there's this pool in the middle of the lawn. It'll be a bit before zombies actually start coming here, to give you a bit more time to protect it, but most plants cannot be planted in the pool, so that's why we have lily pads. Lily pads basically just act like a platform that you can use to place your plants on the pool. Now, the second thing you might notice is the previous world had 5 rows, but this world has 6, 4 of those being regular, like, lawn rows, and then the middle 2 being pool. And I think that spread is pretty fair, since you're basically trading one row that zombies come in all the time to 2 that are a little harder to protect, but, you know, zombies wait before coming there. I don't know if that makes any sense. Yeah, of course you can use Puffshroom to stall zombies. Yeah, there's water, there's 6 lanes. There is one extra mechanic, but I'll wait until it actually comes into play to bring it up. So as per usual, this first level of Pool isn't going to be too much of a bother, because it's just trying to introduce us to the basics of this world. Now let me see if I can actually get a potato mine off with this snow pea here using Puffshrooms. This just shows how good, not just Puffshroom is, but how good Puffshroom can be in combination with snow pea. So yep, potato mine's up. Honestly, you might not even make it there. Just about. Boom. So yeah, Puffshrooms, maybe not the most helpful plant to bring, because they're just cheap stallers if they're not awake. But I think it's still just something you can keep in mind, because there may be scenarios where just having a cheap staller like this that you can just spam down without any real cost or remorse. There are situations where you might find that helpful, and depending on how you play the game, you might find that helpful, you might find that fun, whatever. So, only special types of zombies will come in the pool. Basically, almost every zombie in the game is either a lawn zombie or a water zombie. There's one exception I can think of, sorta. But for now, you'll just get ducky tube zombies in the pool, and every other kind of zombie will come on the lawn. And these ducky tube zombies can also come in cone and bucket variants, depending on what zombies happen to be in the level you're playing. So that's something to keep in mind. Now we're already at the huge wave. Might as well just put a few more Puffshrooms down to stall. Now, Pool's final gimmick. Zombies can rise from the water quite a bit up here too. And unlike night, before you had Gravebuster, there's no way to really stop these zombies. Now, there's one, but we'll get into that later, if I remember. But yeah, the zombies that rise from the pool, I believe, can be regular brown coats, coneheads, or bucket heads. Kind of depending on the level and such. Squash the zombies. Yeah. So, newspapers, football, bucket heads, basically just some pretty tough stuff. I'm just gonna bring, just a basic setup. Now, squash. Squash, basically, you place it down and it kind of just squashes a zombie. And if there's, like, zombies, like, clustered up close to each other, it can squash a few if they're clumped up. Now, squash is an instant kill, and it's obviously not a direct upgrade to Potato Mine because it costs more, but what it does at the end of the day is kind of comparable, other than the fact that it has to charge, because it doesn't have to charge. I find that Pool seems to be everyone's favorite world. Well, not like everyone's, obviously, but Pool seems to be a fan favorite. Which I guess does kind of make sense. For standing out, introducing some unique zombies that we'll see later. Introducing some fun plants that, again, we'll see later. Stuff like that. And I believe also for the music, because from what I remember, this song gets quite a few remixes. One of the more popular songs. I'm gonna say it's the most popular, because, like, maybe Grass Walk. I feel like Grass Walk's like more of a maybe, because it is kind of a boring track, honestly. So I don't know if people would be too inclined to remix it that much. It's been a while since I've looked at the exact metrics. I'm kind of just running off memory. But yeah, this, like, kind of Loon Boon, and still a couple more songs I can think of just seem to get remixed quite a bit. And kind of the nighttime type songs, or some of the calmer songs, kinda, so it doesn't apply to all nighttime songs, because Moongrain's Horde exists, which completely changes the music on, like, every other Horde variant that I went over earlier, but, like, it just, for some reason, I feel like Night Worlds just aren't as popular, like, the nighttime songs don't get remixed as much. It's kind of weird. So I do like placing down lily pads, just because they're cheap and it doesn't really affect much. And present. Minigames unlocked. Play them from the main menu, yes. So once we finish the first half of this world, what we'll be doing is playing some minigames now that we have the minigames mode unlocked. But for now, we're treading on with the pool levels. Newspapers are here, they shouldn't be too much of a problem. They might be a little more dangerous since we don't have puff shrooms anymore, but they're still very weak zombies, honestly, as you can see. Now, how this world stacks up, I want to say this world's probably, like, honestly, probably 4th. But it's by no means bad. It's above Grass Walk. It's above Day. But, like, I still don't think it's a bad world. I think all the worlds in this game are great. It's just, if you're ranking worlds, one of them has to be low. Like, there has to be worlds that are lower on the list than the others. Naturally, that's how a list works, so... yeah. I probably should have saved that squash. Yeah, squashes are helpful, though, for taking out strong zombies in a jiffy. Of course, you can use potato mine, and then you can stall for the potato mine stuff, or you can just get out a squash to quickly take down whatever problems you're having. Or I guess usually more so just problem, because slow recharge only targets one zombie. Unless your problems are pretty tightly clumped up, you're probably not killing them at the same time. It certainly decreased the workload, if you will. That's worth keeping in mind. I imagine you could tackle a lot of levels in this world in a variety of ways, especially once we start getting more plants. But in these early levels, you do end up not having very limited plant choices because it's sort of like just coming out of day, more or less. Since basically every plant that you get in night is useless. Except for Puff having a bit of utility, but even still. And that is something I'd say is maybe a little bit of a criticism I have with this game, is that there are zombies that are introduced in night and mechanics and stuff you can keep in mind for later. But once you get to pool, you're kinda limited on plant choices, just like you were at the beginning of night, so... yeah. But with that, and me completely missing that repeater, good job. That would be the second level of the pool. And new plant. In our hands, we've got Repeater, shoots peas in 3 lanes. Now, there's a bit of divide on how good this plant is. I think it's pretty solid. I'm not gonna say it's amazing, but it can be solid. But people usually say it's kind of outclassed by just using Repeater or another plant we'll get fairly soon. And honestly, I do kind of have to agree. It's not an amazing plant by any means, but I still think it can be fun to use. So we'll be bringing Repeater along with us this level to show him off. You know how we do it. I've been making it a point to use every plant we get, and I will keep doing that. Even if I wouldn't usually use the plant. Just because, you know, I'm to run the Let's Player, I feel like I'm repeating a lot of the same points I made last video. It is kind of my duty to show off stuff, though, and kind of share my knowledge. Because there might be people that never play PvZ, just watch, like, videos and stuff. And that's fine, because I've done that with games before. Like, I used to watch, like, Let's Plays of Undertale and play, like, Undertale roleplays in Roblox. Never touched Undertale. Genuinely never played the game itself. Same thing kind of goes for FNAF. Like, I played FNAF World, but most of what I do is just, like, watch Let's Plays, or just watch, like, theories and stuff, and then play, like, FNAF roleplays on Roblox. Because I was way too scared to actually, like, play the games myself. Honestly, I'm almost too scared to, like, even watch Let's Plays, but I managed. potato mine. 2 columns of sunflowers, that's nice. So, 3-peater. One thing 3-peater is very good at is coverage. With 1 plant placed, this is 3 rows decently protected. Like, not amazingly, like, obviously, like, if there's nothing else to stop it, a cone head will just waltz right through, but this wards away basics, at the very least. And with this, with some kind of support like a walnut or a snow pea, you know, this is pretty decent. Of course, this zombie's not gonna die in time, so I'll just squash it. Start getting some lily pads down. Not very important. What am I trying? But yeah, it's not super important that I get a ton of lily pads, because 3-peaters can cover the pool. And that's another thing they're kind of good for, is just covering the pool. But even still, I can use the pool space for more 3-peaters, and yeah, saving up for 3-peaters can be kind of, yeah, though, because they're pretty expensive. And you can't exactly put like a repeater. You'd put 2 peas in a lane you need to defend, and that's boom. That's that lane pretty good for the time being. But with 3-peaters, it's kinda unlike repeater, which is 1 lane good, it's 3 lanes decent, basically. I want to get so Snorkel Zombie. I know I completely didn't even mention he existed at the start of the level, but basically what these do is throw these up, bang. So basically he comes up to eat, but when he's not eating, when he's under the surface here, most plants can't hit him. And with the kind of plants we have now, like, we'll get plants later on that can hit snorkels while they're submerged. But for the kind of plants we have at this stage in the game, our only choice is really just to bring them up. Now, one point I will give to 3-peater is, once you start getting them up, it is nice just having kind of a barrage of peas. And of course, since they shoot in 3 lanes, it's kind of... it can kind of be more effective than repeaters would be if you have enough up. Of course, that would kind of require having 3-peaters at the top here, and that kind of cuts their effectiveness, and... yeah, 3-peaters aren't amazing plants for reasons like that. I'll eat my nuts, man. They're D's nuts for a reason, not your nuts, mate. Levels are pretty tame so far, with, you know, football only coming on the final wave last level and such. Alright, next plant. This one's... Tangle kelp. Aquatic plant that pulls a zombie underwater. Tangle kelps can... oh yeah, right. Hey, wanna buy an extra seed slot? It'll cost you 5,000, but you'll be able to choose 8 seeds per level instead of 8 or 7. Shit. 8 seeds instead of 8. What a good deal, David. Okay, for real. How's that sound? I think I'll hold off on it now. I think I'm doing pretty fine. So no. Bummer, dude. Yeah, if you're curious, Dave says the exact same thing if you decline him when he tries to sell you the 7th seed slot. So yeah, Tangle Cup aren't amazing, especially since we get Squash. Squash is a little more expensive, and you'd have to place a lily pad, usually. But Squash can also hit more zombies, and isn't restricted to the water. But, I don't... Is this the setup I want to go with? Yeah. Gonna have to leave Squash behind for now, but... he deserves a day on the bench. Now, if I'm not mistaken, there will be something a little funny with the wave counter down here when this level starts. Alright, yes sir indeedy. This is the first level in the game to have 3 flags. Which means we'll have plenty of time to get up a pretty strong setup with Snow Pain Repeater. So I'll just place walnuts on the far side here. And just continue to get sunflowers up. Now, one thing Tangle Kelp are good for, though, is, of course, Buckethead Ducky Tubes. And it's also very helpful against, you know, just if you don't have defense there yet, you can place Tangle Kelp. And it's also good for snorkel zombies. Like, if, for example, if you're not planting in the pool... I should just potato mine this. I don't... It's gonna activate in time, actually. Shit. That's what happens when you talk. You get fucking distracted. Damn it. I don't know what was thinking with the sunflower either. I don't want to lose the lawnmower. I don't... Have I even lost a lawnmower so far in this series? In case I never do, basically what these lawnmowers do is... when a zombie hits them, they fly down the lane, killing every zombie in the lane at that time. If a zombie... doesn't... If there's no zombies in that lane, obviously it's not going to kill any more than the one it hits, and... the zombies will stop coming in that lane for a bit once you lost the mower, but eventually they'll start coming again, and then your house will be very much open to zombies. And also, note about the lawnmowers in the pool, the lawnmowers don't float, so if a zombie triggers one of these, it'll kill the zombie that triggered it. Maybe a zombie if it's right close here, and then it'll just dip into the pool. But yeah, I didn't finish my point about Tangle Cup. It's also helpful against snorkels, especially if, for some reason, like, you don't bring lily pads, you bring, like, 3-peat or something, you're not planting in the pool. And as helpful as that can be, like, Tangle Cup doesn't really save a slot over just bringing a lily pad. I guess one thing Tangle Cup can do that lily pad can't is also, like, kill, like, bucket heads. So I guess that is kind of a decision you'd have to make. I'll just put a Tangle Cup right there. And that just drags them right under. Like I'm not having much to talk about in these pool levels. I guess there's a nice touch that zombies just can't swim for some reason. That's pretty funny. Which, in later games, or at least one later game that I can think of, zombies don't need ducky tubes to swim, but you know, we don't have to talk about that. We don't have to talk about snorkel either. We don't have to talk about a lot of things in this game. Just don't even mention it. I don't think anything honestly actually makes much sense. Like, if you start thinking about it. Like, the fact that it's, for example, yeah, just the fact that it's specifically a, okay, just die. The fact that it's specifically a ducky tube and not just like a regular inner tube or something. It gives the game more charm, sure. I wouldn't change it, but like, still it's funny to think that someone had to think, yeah, what if we made zombies with like inner tubes or something so they could swim? And then someone was like, yeah, what if they were just wearing like their normal outfits in the pool and they just had like a fucking ducky, like a ducky tube, and everyone in the room just fucking applauded? Pole vaulters are kind of annoying as usual. Not difficult to deal with, it's just having zombies running in front of the others and vaulting straight over your nuts isn't very fun most of the time. Yeah, if you like keeping your nuts pristine, these snorkels are probably your worst enemy because they'll eat them unless they get killed before they get in the pool. It does drag on a little, I'm not gonna lie. Maybe could use footballs? This actually would be kind of challenging if... I guess this is a fun casual game, who cares? I mean, this little would... I totally didn't screw up my escape key. This little would be genuinely kind of hard if... like, on that second flag, you start getting, like, footballs coming in. It's on an easy level. It's probably just I have a lot of experience by now. You get that playing a game for 10 years. I do think it's pretty safe to say that nothing's getting past this at this point. Snorkel zombie's interesting, come to think of it. It's weird because he's like the only zombie I can think of that got basically a complete redesign upon returning in Plants vs. Zombies 2. Spoilers. Okay, I don't think anyone really cares that much. Yeah, it's just weird how, like, he just changes completely the second game for There, like, some zombies have their abilities altered slightly, some zombies have their appearances a little different in some aspects. His is just completely different for some reason. Car key. Crazy Dave's car key. Now you can visit Crazy Dave's shop. Hey, you found my car key. You know what that means. Crazy Dave's Twitty Dinkies is open for business. Have a look, see if you can't find something you like. Yes, now... our prices are unbelievable. Okay, Dave, be quiet. This is, honestly, one of my favorite aspects of the game in its entirety. Because once you get into Dave's shop, you have different plants you can buy. This can vary... Just be quiet. This can vary Let's Plays very much. And this can differ how different people play the game. And it just gives another interesting way for the player to make their own choices. So, I'm gonna go over every item in the shop. Or I guess let Dave go over every item in the shop at this rate. This extra seed slot will let you choose 8 plants per level. These pool cleaners add an extra line of defense on levels of the pool. This garden rake takes out the first zombie that steps on it. It lasts for 3 levels. Plant these on your repeaters to turn them into Gatling peas. Gatling peas shoot 4 peas at a time. Plant these on your sunflowers to turn them into twin sunflowers. Twin sunflowers give twice as much sun as a sunflower. So, a little extra info about some of these. Pool cleaners basically act like lawnmowers on the pool, so they don't just dunk right into the bottom of the ocean pool thing. The rake, yeah, that's just about as good a description as any. It is notable that it also indicates where the first zombie comes by already being on the lawn there. And these 2 plants are a type of plant called upgrade plants. Basically, they're useless unless you have the downgrade version, so repeater and sunflower respectively. Upgrade plants are cool. Okay, I'm hovering over this so you stop talking. See, upgrade plants don't really return, but they don't return in any future games. They're an interesting mechanic to be sure. And it's nice because that kind of means instead of trying to get up like a row of Gatling peas, you could get up repeaters and then upgrade them to Gatling peas later, which is... Yeah, it costs another seed slot, but it kind of makes your defense flow a bit smoother, and I kind of like that. Now, what will I buy out of these things? Well, I'm gonna say for now, what I will buy are... I'm not sure. I'm gonna say... I really don't know. I didn't plan ahead for this. I'm gonna say Gatling Pea for now. Now, final level of the pool for today. Okay, more Dave lines. Funny thing about the zombie process. Sometimes it makes them come out real little. Real little and real mean. Defend your shins! Oh hey, it's football zombie. Hardy hardy har. So yeah, zombies in this level are small. That means they actually have less health, but I believe they're also quicker. And there's more of them. It's also worth noting that the hitboxes are kind of funny. If you notice, it kind of hits like right before it hits, if that makes sense. So I imagine I won't want to retool the entire ass hitbox for a zombie just for this one minigame level. don't know if I have much to say about this level, honestly. 10. I'm thinking there's an achievement where you kill 10 zombies with a cherry bomb, but I'd have to keep track of it myself, because fucking Steam achievements make it so the achievements as a whole don't fucking reset in profiles for some reason. Fairly soon you can do it in this minigame. Well, that had to be 10, right? I don't know. I was gonna say this was easier to remember, but I think last time I played this was in a mod where the RNG was probably fucked up to hell too. On purpose. I do genuinely think a PvZ1 mod creator would do something like that. There definitely wasn't enough to get the achievement then. I don't know, I don't think that's an achievement I really have to show anyway. It's like kind of self-explanatory, like extremely. Jalapeno, which this is my first time as a kid ever hearing the word jalapeno. Jalapeno, however you pronounce it. I'm still not 100% sure, but it's better than I pronounced it when I was a kid, because this is my first time seeing it. I pronounced it like jalapeno or jalapeno or some shit. But yeah, destroys an entire lane of zombies. Now, we can move on to the minigames. We have money. I don't need to be spending it on pool cleaners right this second, because all these minigames take place during the day. All 3 of them. This one's finished adventure mode to unlock. So yeah, we're just going to be doing the 3. Might as well start with Walnut Bowling, which doesn't change too terribly much from the adventure mode version. I think there's a couple more zombies, but that's about it. So, like, I don't know what to say here. How are you guys doing, I suppose? I had a good day today. Not like I don't usually. At this point, at best, my days are just maybe a little uninteresting. That's about it. But I mean, recording every night has been pretty fun, honestly. Missed this. Yeah, luckily nothing too terribly, like, horrible happens most of the time, so usually... At least not now. I don't see anything particularly going wrong, and nothing bad has happened in the last, like, month now. Which is good. Hope I don't finally pass all that kind of shit. Not really gonna go into detail on a YouTube video, but like, yeah, more or less just my life's kind of took a dip in quality for a little bit there, but we're back. Actually motivated to do YouTube and work on, you know, like, fan game ideas and stuff I had, and like, You can do a little bit of modeling on Roblox, and that was my audio cutting again. I don't know why I said that like there was an audible sound for that. I'm sure you guys can probably still hear right now. Yeah, it's like I felt like doing YouTube. I felt like modeling, working on fan games and stuff. For some reason, I still just can't get myself to do art again. Kind of sucks because there was kind of art I'm supposed to be doing for someone. But yeah, they didn't pay for it, so like, I guess it doesn't matter that much. Still kind of an asshole move to say you'll do something for someone and then just not do it. So I should probably do it here soon. But I don't know, I don't want to like, force myself back into doing art. Because like, if you have to force yourself back into doing something you should be doing for fun, then you really just shouldn't be doing it, honestly. That's the thing. Which I guess is why I took like a 5-month break from YouTube. I've got a renewed sense of purpose. I feel like there's actually a reason to make YouTube videos now. Which I'm not sure why there wasn't like earlier, but I don't know, I've had a turbulent few months, I suppose. For a number of reasons. Yeah, all that kind of serious shit honestly doesn't even matter, because like, I'm here, I'm making videos, I've got other stuff planned that I might share on the channel at some point. We're chilling. Working on PVZ. Probably take, honestly not, like if I keep uploading daily, probably be at the end of adventure mode like in a week. We can get on Papa Louie 2. Maybe alternate between it and PVZ. Possibly go back to like Blue Kaizo, Grown for 2 on Steam, stuff like that. Just see where things go from there, I suppose. My talking seems to have carried us throughout a decent portion of this minigame, which is good, because it's a repeat, so there's not much I can say about it, honestly. Other than the music's good. Pole vaulters vault over the nuts. Bucketheads take 3 hits to kill. Yeah, not much you can say about one bowling. Other than you can get some sick combos. I'd pick up all the coins. Like, I want that munner though. Shit. There goes like a lot of my munner. And by a lot, probably only like 100 pops, but still. That's annoying. 100's a lot this early on, come on, man. Honestly, I want to save the Explodo Nuts. I said I want to save the Explodo Nuts. Alright. Okay, like, come on now. I want to get more combos, but you know. Alright. Trophy. And a diamond. Yeah, the good thing about these minigames is you get a diamond from each one, so we're gonna be making a pretty decent amount of money from this. Now, I might as well get the worst of the two out of the way, frankly. Slot machine. I kind of hate this minigame. There's a very small... Well, basically how this minigame works is... Pull the handle for a new siege, you put in 25 sun, it rolls. Then, if you get 2 of a kind of something, you get a bit of it. If you get 3 of a kind, you get more of it. Which can be sunflowers, pea shooters, snow peas, and walnuts, or sun and money. Now, the variety in this is kind of piss poor, honestly. And this minigame, especially once you've played it many times before, it just kind of gets boring. Like, with Walnut Bowling, you're chilling, it's still fun, even when I've played it, like, God knows how much. But with Slot Machine, it's just a slog, man. Sun Jackpot, thank the stars, dude. That's a... Yeah, you have to get 2,000 sun to win, as you can see at the bottom here. If I can just keep getting Sun Jackpots, I'm fine with that, honestly. Just get sun, please. Give me, like, sunflowers, too. At least having the extra sun means I can spin this a little quicker without always having to make sure I pick up these falling suns immediately. So one thing I should note about this little slot machine art here is this is a repeater, or maybe is a repeater, because the back is repeater leaves because there's several, unlike pea shooters which only have one. But it doesn't have eyebrows, which Repeater has, so that's interesting, really. Walnut, I suppose I'll just place it, like, up here. Sunflowers, good, good. Good thing is, pea shooters can kill cone heads, it's just a bit close. Like, close as in the conehead would probably make it like almost all the way up to the pea shooter. Like if you had 2 sunflowers, the pea shooters were up a bit. I guess the thing is, like, some of the scrap stuff in this game is pretty public knowledge, like, pretty common knowledge too. So, like, there are definitely worse minigames than this. Like, there's one called Squirrel. I guess one day I could probably do, like, a video on, like, the Limbo page, but I might as well just talk about it now since it's kind of scrap content it could be interesting to talk about. There's one called Squirrel. Basically, there's, like, I think 10 squirrels, and the lawn is covered in walnuts, and you have to find the squirrels by digging up the walnuts. And in one of the, I think it's like in one of the walnuts when you dig it up is like a zombie. And basically you have to find the squirrel before the zombie, ooh, money, let's go. You have to find the squirrel before the zombie gets through. But the thing is, it's one brown coat zombie in a field of walnuts. So it's basically just dig up all the rows of walnuts where the zombie isn't. Like decently quick, kinda quick. Honestly, probably not even, like, insanely quick or anything. Just at a kind of decent pace. And then just dig up the walnuts in front of the zombie, and then, like, you're guaranteed to win at that point. I heard a theory that... I don't know if it's, like, factual or anything, but it was a theory that the reason Squirrel existed was just to kind of test the shovel and its mechanics and see if it worked properly. I guess I could kind of believe. I guess that's why I'd be on the Limbo page in an actual minigame, because it's the most boring thing on Earth, apparently. There are other scrap minigames I can think of offhand that are more interesting. Like, there's one called Unsodded, where it's basically, like, level 2 and 3 of Adventure, where only 3 of the rows have the, like, the sod in them, or the grass. And then the rest, the other 2 don't have sod. But the gimmick is, zombies can still come on the lanes without sod, so you have to use plants like, for example, 3-peater, which can hit in multiple lanes to defeat the zombies that aren't, like, on the grass. Which is, I'm not gonna say it's the most challenging minigame ever or anything, but it's interesting for sure. I'm trying to move up to... Excuse me. I'm gonna try and move up the walnuts so I have a bit more room to work with. Should probably be spinning. So I was too distracted by me drinking a small amount of soda and nearly coughing up a lung as a direct result. Snow pea, nice. Yeah, there are definitely worse minigames than Slot Machine. Could have been worse. But, like, at least, like, in as the minigames they actually added, I think this is probably one of, if not the worst. And honestly, like, for a luck-based minigame, there's one after adventure mode that's a lot better. Like, it's not like complete RNG to win it or anything. It's just, like, more interesting, really. But, or this one worse minigames, but like, we could have gotten worse, because Squirrel isn't. And you could also talk about, like, broken ones like Ice Level that just straight up doesn't work, I don't think. There are screenshots of Ice Level where it actually had, like, a background, even if it was, like, a realistic placeholder. With, like, zombies frozen on the lawn that would, I think, would kind of be the inspiration for an actual mechanic in PvZ2. But, yeah, still doesn't change the fact that Ice Level is just straight up broken off the Limbo page. I like talking about pre-release content, honestly, it's interesting. Like, I don't think I brought this up with Dancing Zombie, but in the pre-Game of the Year versions of this game, the actual, like, the Dancing Zombie and his backup dancers were based on, like, Michael Jackson. Like, the lead dancer was based on Michael Jackson from Thriller, which is honestly kind of amusing. But one, a State of Michael Jackson or whatever was like, no, don't do that. And they saw that, like, the Michael Jackson zombie basically was in PvZ. And it was also very unfortunately timed that, like, only like a month or two after PvZ released. Oh, hey, we beat the minigame, by the way. Yeah, only a month or two after PvZ released, Michael Jackson died. So, not very fortunate timing. I have money, so I'm gonna buy the 8 seed slots. Now I can choose to take 8 seeds with you per level, and now there's 9 slots, which is kind of expensive for this early on, honestly, so not even gonna think about that. Zombotany. This is the most interesting minigame so far. First, you get to pick your seeds, so I'm gonna pick Sunflower, Repeater, Gatling Pea, Walnut, Potato Mine. Puffshroom is a staller. I want to say Chomper, maybe, might be a good pick. And then Squash is, I want to say, what I'm going with. So this level has Pea Shooter zombies and Walnut zombies. I want to get these Puffshrooms down pretty quick. just to make sure I have a little bit of stalling up. So, pea shooter zombies, their gimmick is they have about the same amount of health as a brown coat, but, with the very bad downside that they also shoot peas. So if they're, like, attacking something with, like, both their peas and they're eating at the same time, it can go down pretty quick. The good news is, short plants like puffshroom and potato mine, the peas just go straight over them. Which means puffshroom's actually quite a decent staller in this level, and potato mine is helpful. I wanna say walnut there. I don't wanna wait too long on getting these up. Get this up to protect that. I don't know if they'll survive, but you know. The sunflower is a bit of blockage. You have to play this level kind of interestingly, because, you know, when zombies are shooting back at you, that's kind of annoying. Squash. If I can do a little more sun, could have a chomper here. Sun. See, we're actually doing pretty good now that we've kind of got the lanes managed a bit. I want repeaters in every lane. Sunflower. Sun. Repeater. Now, I want to get our new plant up. I know I didn't use jalapeno, but trust me, he'll have his time to shine in the next video, of course. Gatling pea. Now, Dave did a pretty good job explaining this, but just in case you missed it, Gatling pea upgrades pea shooter's 2 peas to 4 peas, which means he outputs quite a bit of DPS just on his own for being a single plant, and honestly just kind of outperforms 3-peater now. Of course, you need 2 slots for this, but it just makes 3-peater less useful than it already kind of wasn't in some ways. Like, I'm not gonna say 3-peater is useless, he's still a solid plant, he can just be a bit outclassed, honestly. Now, walnuts. Walnut zombies. These zombies just have high health, so they're basically just like coneheads or bucketheads in that aspect. I want to say they have maybe either the same or a bit less health than a buckethead, I want to say. Gatling pea. Gatling pea's a bit overkill for this level, honestly, but I think it'd just be nice to get him showcased while I have the chance, because honestly, for a lot of levels this early on, it can just be a bit overkill in general. I do think Twin Sunflower is also a bit overkill though, because they're... Twin Sunflower is supposed to be a more effective sun producer. Gatling Pea is a more effective attacker. Which, since we've been doing like a pretty good job defending, just and like getting sun up, it should be kind of obvious that we don't have an insane need for these kind of plants yet, but I want to show them off anyway, so you kind of know that. And if you play PvZ yourself, maybe consider like holding off on them for a bit, unless you feel like an actual pinch to use them for whatever reason, which is possible. And with Zombotany beaten and Gatling Pea showcased, that should be just about all for the video, I want to say. But I am going to check the time real quick, because there is something I was thinking about. An hour. Since it's been an hour, I'm just gonna say we'll leave it here. But first, I'm gonna buy pool cleaners, so next time we play the pool levels, we'll have just the extra little line of defense. And I'm also gonna buy the rake just to show that off too. But yeah, next time we'll be tackling the latter half of the pool levels and the first half of the next world. So thank you all so much for watching. If you enjoyed the... I don't mean to click my recording thing here. Won't fuck anything up. Okay, but yeah, if you enjoyed this video, thank you so much. You're all a lovely audience, I'm sure. Have a nice day. And remember to just take it easy sometimes. Goodbye.